morning, friends. Today, an important circular has been issued by the CBIC. It's 251 circular. The circular is important as it clarifies various issues regarding the treatment of secondary or post sales discounts under the GST. The first issue which we have seen whether the full input tax rate is available to the recipient of the supply when the recipient makes the discounted payment to the supplier of the goods on account of financial or commercial credit notes issued by the said supplier. Clarification has been given that Section 16, Class 1 of the CGST Act provides that every registered person shall be entitled to take full credit of input tax credit on any supply of goods or services or both which are used or intended to be used in the course of furtherance of its business. The second one is it has been clarified with the circular number 92 that the supplier of the goods can issue the financial or commercial credit notes, and in such cases, he will not be eligible to reduce the original tax liability as the transaction value is not allowed to be reduced on account of issuance of the financial or credit notes, commercial credit notes. Accordingly, the tax charge from the recipient would not also not be get reduced. Thus, it is clarified that the recipients will not be required to reverse the input tax rate attributable to the discounts provided on the basis of the financial or commercial credit notes issued by the supplier, as there is no reduction in the original transaction value of the supplier, and accordingly the corresponding tax liability would also not reduce. Whether a post sales discount offered by the manufacturer to its dealers or distributors would be treated as a consideration paid by the manufacturer for the dealer's supply of the same goods to the end customer as a monetary value of the investment to the supply of goods manufactured by him to the end customer. The Section 2, Class 31 of the CGST Act defines the consideration as to include the monetary value of any act for the indexment of the supply of goods or services, whether by the recipient or by any other person. In cases where there is no agreement between manufacturer and the end customer, they are two independent sales transactions, one from the manufacturer to dealer, and other from the dealer to the end customer. The essence of the matter is that in a contract of sale, the sale is completed on the transfer of the title to the goods to the buyer. Once this happens, the buyer becomes the owner of the goods and the seller has no wish of title or claim therein. The dealer takes the ownership of the goods purchased from the manufacturer and subsequently sells them to the end customer, and the transaction between the manufacturer to dealer operates on the principal to principal basis. These discounts are simply given for the competitive pricing to push the sales and merely reduces the sales price of the goods and are not linked to any independent activity rendered to the manufacturer. Therefore, it is clarified that such a discount cannot be included in the consideration as a mandatory value of the inducement of the further supply of this goods. However, in cases where the manufacturer has some agreement with the end customer to supply the goods at a discounted price, the manufacturer may issue the commercial or financial credit note to the dealer, enabling such dealer to provide the goods at the agreed discounted rate to the end customer. Therefore, it is clarified that such post sales discounts given by the manufacturer to dealer for supply of the goods to the end customer at the discounted rate should be included in the overall consideration as it is indictment towards the supply of goods by the dealer to the end customer. The third point is whether a post sales discount extended by manufacturer to dealer can be treated as a consideration in lieu of the activities performed to promote the sale of goods. The matter has been examined when the dealers receive such post sales discounts. They may engage the promotional activities to boost the sales. However, this activities ultimately enhances the sales of the goods that the dealers themselves own, thereby increasing their own revenue. In this context, the discount merely reduces the sale price of the goods and is not linked to any independent supply rendered to the manufacturer. Therefore, it is clarified that the post sales discount offered by the manufacturer to dealers in such cases shall not be treated as a consideration for the separate transactions of the supply of services. However, the GST would be levelable in cases where a dealer undertakes the specific sales promotional activities such as advertising campaign, co-branding, customization services, special sales drive, exhibition arrangement, or customer support services, etc. Only when such services are explicitly stated in agreement with a clearly defined consideration payable for such supply. In such cases, the dealer provides a distinct service to the supplier, and accordingly the GST would be chargeable. So this is a basically clarification given by the department to all of us, so that it will be easy for us to follow and implement it, so that there is no further litigation in the matter. Thank you and God bless you.